All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. It's to Brother Yeshaya, part of Men in Valor, South Carolina. And this lesson right here is going to be based off of this so-called holiday, which we refer to them as holidays, but as you see, it's thanks killing today, and brothers also refer to this day as Thanksgiving because you have people in their ignorance coming together and putting their spirits together. See, that's the thing. See, when you congregate, because all of these holidays they have spirits, that's what, and the world calls it what, the holiday spirit. You're not in the holiday spirit, okay? Because it is a spirit. It's the spirit of Satan, right? So going on, man. Thanksgiving, just a brief history. People don't even know the origins of the things that they celebrate. But yeah, man, this is a article from delish.com. The dark truth behind the origins of Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead and get that. Use that as a cover. All right. Most Americans are taught the same story. So like you got kids crying. All right. Most Americans are taught the same story about Thanksgiving, that pilgrims sat together with Native Americans to share a meal and thank them for helping with a successful first harvest. Bonus points if the story you learned also includes an appearance from Squanto or a lesson in fertilizing crops with fish. But most popular retellings of the first Thanksgiving have been proven to be riddled with mistruths. While you may know that on some level, what's not often discussed is the truth about the holiday's origin and the effect it has on many Native Americans. All right, and the so-called Native Americans, all right, are Israelites. Okay, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are Israelites. All right, so consider this just that, an updated history lesson. Learn why some people choose not to celebrate Thanksgiving and how you can support Native people during the holiday season and beyond. All right, so let's see. I ain't gonna read all of this for time's sake. So let's see. Okay, so what's the real story behind Thanksgiving? You probably have some vague idea that the Thanksgiving holiday is not quite the rosy picture you read about in school, but the real origins of the holiday are not clear cut either. Well, we'll give you the best glimpse at what we know, but note, this is a lot of information to digest about this issue and a few supposed origins of the holiday. Some of them are conflicting. This is the most commonly researched and reported story. Okay. According to the New York Times, the Mayflower did, in fact, bring settlers from England to land which they colonized and renamed Plymouth, MA. In 1621, the Pilgrims did hold a 3-day feast, which was attended by members of the Wampanoag tribe. However, typically, when these settlers had what they referred to as Thanksgiving observances, they actually fasted. So this feast and celebration was known as rejoicing, according to the New Yorker. With that in mind, the first meal actually being viewed as the first Thanksgiving is up for a debate with experts. So there you go. It's even up for debate if this the origins of Thanksgiving. So all right, let's uh let's read down. All right, from then on, Pilgrims. From then on, Pilgrims celebrated Thanksgivings in their traditional way of fasting and praying, according to the New Yorker. Wow. Several times this happened because of the massacres of Native people. So these people, they don't even eat on Thanksgiving. Okay. So this day is really, a day that, you know, that left hand spirituality, right? Because if they're fasting and praying, you gotta think and you gotta imagine who exactly are they praying to, who are they fasting to, right? And it just said in the article, which I didn't even know, that if that they didn't even really eat, they didn't even eat on Thanksgiving. So the custom of pigging out, so to say, stuffing your face and gorging, being a total glutton, all right. that's wicked within itself. But the spiritual origins and the spiritual connotations of this day, uh, damn, it's evil, man. Wow, I didn't even notice. Several times this happened because of the massacres of native people, including in 1637 when Massachusetts colony governor John Winthrop declared a day of Thanksgiving after volunteers murdered 700 Pequot people. This incident is also cited as the first official mention of a Thanksgiving ceremony and is another commonly cited origin story for the Thanksgiving we know today. Various dates of the modern day Thanksgiving holiday has been declared since then and were celebrated by individual states, but it wasn't until 1863 when President Abraham Lincoln declared the last Thursday in November as a day of Thanksgiving, and the holiday as we know it stuck. Wow. So there you go. They actually massacred people, and it could be a sacrifice because if they're praying and fasting, which we know they're praying and fasting to Satan, all right, or a demon of some sort. Why why kill people, on a day when you're praying and fasting? Okay, so this Thanksgiving day has very spiritual, evil spiritual connotations. Not just to be a you know excuse to get together with family and smoke blunts, because that's what Negroes do. They get real high. You get your cousin, your favorite cousin, come up with the weed. Y'all go in the car, hot box, and come there and eat food. Niggas is so simple. Thank the Lord, man, that He got us up out of there, you know, from the ways of this world. So now I have a question that I propose, right? Because the scriptures say, not to follow the customs of the heathen. All right. So let me read that first, and then I'll get to my point. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, and the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. So there you go. That first part says, learn not the ways of the heathen. So this so-called holiday, all right, is heathenistic, okay? Because as we just read in that article, the original Thanksgiving in the 1600s, they didn't even eat. They prayed and fast, and they sacrificed people. All right. It wasn't until in the 1800s, I think it said 1863, where Abraham Lincoln made it the last Thursday of November to be Thanksgiving. Okay. So there you go. All right. So now my question is, and the elders and the brothers went through this in the past. Is it illegal? Okay. To is it illegal? Well, not illegal. Is it wrong? For brothers that's in the faith to eat on this day, okay? And by eating, I mean not just regular food, like basically sitting down with your family, all right? Because a lot of brothers, especially when I first came in, I didn't, I was down and out, man. I ain't have nothing, and I was staying with my people for a little bit, and I didn't necessarily go to the Thanksgiving function, but I did get a plate. I did get a plate. So, was I wrong, or is any brother wrong for eating on this day, or is any brother wrong even if they pull up on their family, right? Now, Paul went through this, all right, because when you go to First Corinthians, all right, he addressed it. First Corinthians 8. Now we know that this day, okay, it has very evil connotations, very evil spiritual, a very evil spiritual background, right? And a lot of people just don't know, and they're just subjecting themselves for judgment, okay? But us of the know, all right, that's who I'm focusing on right now. Us of the know, is it lawful for us to eat on this day, even going further as participating, in a family gathering, all right? And my answer, in this truth, okay, I speak as a man, but my personal answer is no. It's not wrong, okay? But you got to know that this food is offered up unto idols. And we pray in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which Paul's going to get into. 1 Corinthians 8:1. Now, as touching things offered up unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. But if any man love the Most High, so like the same is known of him. As concerning therefore the eating of things, those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one. So we know that. Hear ye Yasharala, our power is one. Right? Our power Yahweh is one. For as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, but that there is none other power but one. For thou there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one power, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, by whom are all things, and we by him. All right. Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge. For some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. So there you go. All right, you go around, cousins, you go around, your aunties, your granny, whoever's at the Thanksgiving dinner, right? They don't know that they're going off and they're eating food sacrificed to idols, and they don't even know that. Let's just go to a day, all right, a random day. If we go to the supermarket, you get a pack of chicken. That food is defiled. That food is given unto. Is sacrificed unto idols, because you best believe they be praying over, their food and stuff like. Praying over the livestock, praying over, the agriculture or whatnot. But they're not praying in the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Only a small number of us on this planet know the real names of the Lord and praise the real name of the Lord and fear the real names of the Lord. Yahweh Wah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Wah Yahweh Shai. Right? So, you go around your family, they don't know. So they're just defiling themselves not only with this food, but with this pagan, evil ass holiday. All right? So let's move on. But meat commended us not to the Most High. For neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. So there you go. Okay, so if you decide, to eat on Thanksgiving, okay, especially, with families, you getting a plate or whatnot, it's not going off. But to make sure that, you covering your back, you have to pray over your food. Brothers should pray over their food anyway, but especially today, you might have to say a prayer in the Hebrew, because it's a wicked day today, man. And I just found out it was more wicked than I even thought. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. For if a man see thee which has knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols? And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish, for whom Hamashiach Yahushua died? But when ye sin so against the brethren and wound their weak conscience, ye sin against Yahushua. Wherefore, if meat make my brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth, lest I make my brother to offend. So there you go. All right. Now, Paul, he was really good with, and his one part of his lot was giving God, like godly opinion or spiritual opinions, right? Because if you go and eat, hey, it's nothing wrong with it, but you got to understand it, and you can't put your whole spirit into it. All right. Can't put your whole spirit into this day. You have to. If you eat, cool, but make sure you pray over your food. You got to pray over the food, man. All right. And let's see. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. For if a man see that thee, which has knowledge, sit at a meat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols? So, us as because I was addressing the younger brothers. Personally speaking, I wouldn't go. I don't sit down with my family. I don't really have dealings with my so-called family, worldly family. So I wouldn't. I don't attend. I haven't attended since I came in the truth. All right. Have I ate? Yes, I've ate leftovers, but like I said, hey, I wasn't sitting at that table. Bam, 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 and um, I was a younger brother. Pretty much, me and the brother you called came up, so we were just going off each other. One wasn't older than the other in the truth, so to say. So uh, when it says the ones that are, let's see, the so-called the more stronger brothers in the knowledge or in the faith, right? They are the ones that um, are the examples to the younger ones, right? But me and like I was telling when I was saying me and the brother you called, we came up pretty much together. So we were, and basically we had we were following the footsteps and the advice of the apostles and elders. All right, and they broke this down. And I think I remember Eliashimama going into it one year. So that was the ones that were older and in the faith, all right, stronger in the faith, uh, letting us younger brothers or the so-called weaker brothers know, that it's not, it's not unlawful to eat at Thanksgiving, but you got to know and you got to understand the day, and you got to understand and pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to bless the food, so to say, right? So you won't be found ignorantly eating foods that are sacrificed in the idols, right? So Romans 14:1, him that is weak in the faith receive ye, but not to doubtful disputations. For one believeth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs. Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not, and let him which eateth not judge him that eateth. Salakia, for the Most High hath received him. So there you go. All right. Now this is going into diet or whatnot. But hey, back in I'll say back in the day, but years a couple years ago, this breakdown was basically being used for Thanksgiving as well. All right, for brothers that's eating at Thanksgiving as well. So certain brothers that basically multifold, right? You can use it in the context of not eating at Thanksgiving or participating in Thanksgiving. All right, like me personally, like I said, I don't do it. But am I gonna look down on a brother because he goes to a family gathering Thanksgiving? No, I'm not. All right, and is he gonna look down at me because I chose not to go or not to partake in it? No, he shouldn't. All right, just as this stated, right? So see, I don't want to ramble too much. Let me get the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel 4:13. All right. And the Lord said, even thus shall Slakia, verse, I'm gonna start at 12 because basically this actually happened, but it was just like a lot of things that Yahweh Shem Yahweh puts in front of puts in the book as examples, right? Uh it was a physical thing, but it had a spiritual connotation, all right, down the line that we would like when Jeremiah was prophesying naked. All right, it was Isaiah or Jeremiah. That was basically symbolic of us, being without, Yahweh Shai for a certain point, certain points, right? So Ezekiel 4:12, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of men in their sight. And the Lord said, and the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So that's where we're at right now. All right, we're in the land of the Gentiles, and we're eating our bread defiled amongst them. Right, so can't be over righteous, but at the same time, you got to understand, you got to know that this food is defiled, man. All right, so I'm gonna end it with that. I'm gonna go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 16, and this is basically to cap off that question, man. If you participate in the Thanksgiving festivities, such as going with your family and sitting down with them and all that. Don't be the one that prays over the food, because they gonna still pray in the name of Jesus or whatever. All right. Like I said, hey, this is basically it's like Paul said. I brought up the example of Paul, and when he was addressing the Corinthians, all right, and telling them basically not to be over righteous and not to look down on a brother because he eats, or or not eats, if that makes sense. That was back in the book of Romans. But yeah, here it is right here. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 16. Be not over righteous much. Shalakia. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldst thou destroy thyself? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldst thou die before thy time? So there you go. Okay. Don't be over righteous. All right. If you ain't got nothing, you ain't got a dollar to your name, and you're dependent on somebody, or you're staying with someone or a family member, and hey, that's your only way to eat. Hey, by all means, go ahead and eat. You don't really have to sit down with them at the table. All right. You can ask for leftovers. You can eat separately. All right, it's ways ways around it. It's ways. We are Yahweh, we are Jacob, so we know how the Lord has blessed us to be able to know how to maneuver. All right. So yeah, that's it. Lord willing, that was edifying. I'm gonna give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. Until next time, Shalom.